Have you looked at your pile of brushes and said, oh man, I really don't want to do that? Me too. Me too. And so I found this product and I am going to do an unboxing and review with you. How cool is that? And looking at the pile of brushes that I had, it looked very overwhelming, and maybe I don't use all of them, but it is long overdue that I clean my makeup brushes because it has been a long time. A very long time. A disgusting long time. But I use them all on my own face, so any bacterial growth that has happened, it is all my own, and I worked hard with that. So, now that I am thoroughly disgusted with myself for not cleaning them as I should, I got this device to see if it would actually speed up the time of cleaning my many brushes that I have. Yes, I have a problem. I love makeup brushes. I like to find out which ones actually work and which ones don't. So here I have gotten some makeup brush cleaner from the cheapest source, from like Dollar General, Five Below, and I decided to just pour it into the bowl. And then I thought to myself, that is a lot of cleaner in this bowl, and it's going to get dirty very quickly, and it's going to be repeatedly dunking my brushes into it. That wasn't the best way of doing it at first, but it is what I thought of at first on what to do. It looked like what you do with the picture on the box, right? You just dump in your solution, either your Dawn dish liquid, your olive oil, and whatever you want to do in this bowl. You know, your Pinterest recipe of makeup brushes. There's a lot of recipes that you can put in here. You don't have to use makeup brush cleaner. But I must say that this spinny thing really dries out the brushes nicely. The only thing is I do not like dunking my brushes in the water that is muddy. That looks like you just took a handful of dirt from outside, put it into your bowl, and started whooshing your brushes around in it. So I also had to scrub my brushes. This little handy scrubber is from Five Below. Love it. It really helped. This brush was a problem. I did get it somewhat clean, but in the middle it still was kind of eh. So I redid my water. It's fresh with that makeup brush solution. I emptied that first bottle in this. I realized I was going through a lot of liquid. There had to be a better way. But here I was, spinning my brushes and having the most fun ever cleaning my brushes. It was in no time at all that they were clean and semi-dry. This gets them dry. You do not have to wait a long time. I reshaped the brush, putting the bristles back down. I did let them dry overnight, but it's not like you really had to. They were just about dry as you spun them out. Some of my brushes were problem childs as they were very filthy. And here I am having a lot of fun. I just love doing it. It's just like, wow. But then again, you are redipping your brush in filthy solution. In time, I found a better tip on how to use this really neat idea. So here I am. I sprayed some solution on my scrubber silicone thing here. That helped getting some brushes better clean. Is that how you say it? Better clean? Cleaned better. You know, I really need to use the English language a little bit better, yes. And here I am trying to do some slick photography, showing you how I am getting them clean by not putting them in the solution, but letting them be above. Look how fluffy that is, and how clean. Oh, it's so soft again. Yes, and here I am reshaping the bristles, putting that right down. This brush dried in no time flat at all. It was awesome. Oh, I haven't done this in years. That's a disgusting thing to actually admit. But then again, lots of controversies on YouTube, so I've just decided to add to it. Here is another brush that I thoroughly love to use, and you just stick these things in those little silicone handles, stick that other thing on the end, put that into your handle, and here I have a clean water I am dipping that into. That was like my first, like, what am I doing? Well, it's actually 3 o'clock in the morning doing this, and that part made no sense at all. Why I did that made no sense, because that was just water, and that didn't clean very much. And here I am dipping it in the dirty water anyway. So why I did that first part, I don't know. I was tired and not making much sense. But here I am spinning it out after dipping it in my muddied, filthy water. Here I am using a better idea, spraying the solution onto the brush and then scrubbing it. That's using your old noodle. That's using the brain. Yes, indeedy, it cleaned it very well. But I hadn't arrived yet at the proper way of doing it, because you want all that soap out of your brushes. Yes, I spun it out. I did not dip it back into the water. I was just trying to get it dry. But you do have to rinse your brushes after getting them very soapy. Yes, absolutely. So here I am. I had scrubbed this brush. I had put a solution spray on it. I'm doing it again that way. Look how filthy that is. Oh, that is so gross. But satisfying, I think. Maybe? I don't know. Here I am rinsing off the soap. There it is. That's the proper way. You get the soap off after spraying it onto the brush and scrubbing it. You dip it in the clean water, and then you dry it in the bowl. I did not touch it back into that dirty water. I just held it above the water and dried it, and letting all that filthy stuff go back into that bowl. See, I'm holding it above. I'm not touching the filthy water. I'm just letting all that moisture be spun out. That was the proper way of doing it. I must say, I finally arrived. So, there you have it. A nice fluffy brush that you just reshape. You let it rest, and you're able to use it almost immediately. Yay! Found out what to do. So what you do with your brushes, here I don't know. It was now 5 o'clock in the morning, and I must have been delirious. But isn't that nice? All that water just coming right out. Yes, I did it. And so as you bring it up to the top, it starts to be really finicky as it spins, so you have to bring it further down into the bowl, and the air will circulate in the bowl and dry your brush better.
A few moments later.
So after realizing that I really didn't want to keep on redipping my brush into the dirty water, I decided to conserve my solution, and this really saved on your soap or cleaning brush solution. You spray it on your brush, you scrub it on the silicone pad, you spin it out, getting all that soap out, and then I would rinse it in a clean water dish and then respin it out. Yes, that is how it happened, and it turned out nice. But you have to rinse the brush from the soap. You don't want to put soap back on your face or dip that soapy brush or soap solution back into your makeup, because that will create hard pan, and you don't want that. So here I am spinning, and it is so much fun. I love doing this, It didn't take that long to clean all of the brushes. So here, there it is. This is a nice way of doing it. I didn't nearly use up as much brush cleaner doing it this way. This silicone thing is a really good tool. For $5, it will last for a long time. Easily washable too. It rinses off perfectly. No problem at all. And if you need more solution, spray it on. Get those bubbles going. Yes. Rinse the brush. Perfect. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And then after doing that, you spin it out and it will be dry. Just be careful not to dip it back into the dirty water. I had drained my bowl, rinsed it out at least 4 times doing this. Yes, I had dumped it, and so this is extra water that came out of the brush in that bowl. Makeup brushes get so filthy, and you're like, wow, yuck, gross. Why did I not do this sooner?
1 hour later.
So, 5th time, rinsing out the bowl, having it dry inside practically, spraying down another brush. Yes, it did take time doing this, but it's better to have clean brushes than having filthy brushes constantly going back into your makeup, and it's just a bad thought. Just a bad thought. A very, very bad thought. And this is just a canning jar with clean water in it. You rinse it, get all that off. And with wooden handled brushes, you don't want to store them with the fuzzy part standing up. You want to like hold them where the fuzzy part's down. I don't know how to explain it. But that way the moisture will stay in the bristles and not go towards the wooden handle and cause a separation problem. Yes. So here I am just spinning it out. And there is still a lot of moisture coming out of that brush. And you hold it at this level, and then your handle won't be like all wonky as it's spinning. And the air circulating in the bowl dries the bristles very thoroughly. I recommend getting this brush spinner. It makes a short time of cleaning your makeup brushes, and they're so fluffy and clean after you're done. I really like this. The smaller brushes that I use all the time were more filthy than the larger ones, but it was a bit harder to get them dry in the bowl. They did not dry as quickly. So what I did for spinning them out, I just very lightly went over my towel while spinning the brush. It did not ruin them. It just helped as I spun it for it to touch my towel, and that helped to get a lot of the moisture out for the smaller brushes, because they weren't as fluffy to spin them in the bowl. Yeah, it's not fluffing out as much. And I'm not touching the dirty water at the bottom, but here I am touching the towel just lightly, very lightly, and that got a lot of moisture out of the brush, and that helped, and it fluffed it quite a bit for me. Here I am just reshaping it, and here they are done, all done. It took no time at all doing this. And it was overwhelming at first, looking at all the brushes that I had. Some are stained because of the different pigmentation from eyeshadows and stuff like that, and foundations, but it got them much cleaner. And then all of my tiny ones. I love this. So, perfect tool to use.